that on pause. Hey everybody. I'm going to do it this way. That way I get a little more light. Hey, it's a different angle from old Roger D. Wait, let me go there? There we go. Oh man, wow. Brief pause. That's a good thing. Right at the very beginning of the video, you just kind of don't say nothing. You wipe your eyes, and you're like, well, what are we going to say? Well, because I don't know what I'm going to say. Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome to Thursday Throwback Theatre. This is old Roger D on Channel Donstar, and I'm watching G.I. Jane, Demi Moore, and Viggo Mortensen. Man, or Mortensen. I didn't even recognize him. I actually had to go to IMDb and go, who's that sergeant guy? Who the prima donna guy? I was like, Viggo Mortensen. Yeah, well, 40 minutes into it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Thursday Throwback Theatre, in case you guys don't know, look down in the description, are a series of videos where I'm going to do, or I have been doing, where I watch a old movie I haven't seen in a long time, or a movie, an older movie that I've never seen. And this was gifted to me a bunch of months ago, and I have yet to crack it open. And I said, hey, I'm going to crack it open and watch it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm almost an hour in, and you know, I kind of thought it was going to be, and it started kind of being, and it probably will end. I don't know how it's going to end. But one of those feminist type things. It's like a woman could do just as good as a guy in the military type of thing, and she was selected to join the Naval SEALs, and basically we're watching her through the boot camp area of it, and you know, you have all this machismo. I was gonna say another word and I can't think it. That M word that I'm trying to think, misogynistic, a bunch of, you know, soldiers, you can't do it, and you know, the cliche and all that. But once you got to boot camp, it was there's little bits of that, but more in all, it's like, wow, do Navy SEALs go through this? This is pretty damn intense and tough, and you know, dealing with having to take your chow very quick, and then coming back after a day's work and just digging through the garbage can to find what you can to eat to survive, and it's just like pushing these soldiers to the max. Anyway, so like I said, I have nothing really much more to say about it other than I'm very impressed with Demi Moore. I've always loved Demi Moore. Demi Moore was always great. Wow, one of my favorite Demi Moore performances or movies, back in the 80s, maybe mid-80s, with Emilio Estevez, and I believe it was directed by Emilio Estevez, with a fantastic score by Danny Elfman called Wisdom, which has yet to come out. I don't even know if that's even been released on DVD. I don't think it's been released on DVD. I have a rip of it. I believe it's a VHS rip of it. Maybe it is on DVD. I really haven't looked about it. I haven't thought about it until now. I'm thinking about Demi Moore. But I love Wisdom. Wisdom is such a great kind of Bonnie and Clyde, you know, criminals on the run trying to do the best for the farmers type of movie. Really, really great movie. Search it out. Wisdom. Wisdom, one word. Great movie. But Demi Moore, I mean, I followed her career for so long, and there are a few of her high point movies, maybe not high point movies, but movies that I have not seen. G.I. Jane was one. Striptease is another, which I'm going to have to watch. And, you know, the whole Bruce Willis relationship and things like that. But anyway, that's personal stuff aside. This movie, like I said, so far I'm enjoying it. I don't know where it's going to go. I'm hoping it doesn't come around to being, well, I don't want to even say. We're just going to see where it goes. the Viggo Mortensen character seems to respect her. The scene that I just saw now, where she was kind of betrayed by a fellow teammate, he kind of saw and he kind of put a kibosh to with that soldier. So we'll see where it goes. But there's other things going on in the movie too. But I'm enjoying it so far. So we're in the middle of it, and I'll come back at the end and tell you what I think after G.I. Jane has finalized. I was going to say finished, and I said final, and then I was like, finalized, finished. All right, old Roger D, Channel Donstar, Thursday Throwback Theater, watching G.I. Jane. We'll be back later. Bye-bye. It was Ridley Scott. Wow, I wasn't sure. All right, hold on. Throw that down. It was a Ridley Scott movie. Wow. I'm surprised because of how it ended up. Wow. Pretty gosh, that final shot, leaving his little medal there in the poem book. Oh man. Well, yeah, I was liking this movie. If that says anything. Old Roger D is looking down. How about that? That looks pretty good. Am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording. G.I. Jane. Here we are at the end. Ridley Scott did direct this. I saw Scott at the very end, or the very beginning, Scott Free, and I was like, maybe it's his brother, did it. But no, it was Ridley. Ridley did this. I didn't know that. This may be the worst Ridley Scott movie I've seen. Although White Squall, I didn't care for White Squall, and I think he did that one too. Wow, this movie started out being one of those, feminist. A woman could do this in the military, and then it got very political with Anne Bancroft, and whatever. Trying to prove her point in politics, and then we see the whole training, and then we come back to her, and I thought that was going to be the end. It was like, okay, Demi Moore's character has set her straight, and you're going to basically set everything straight. And then all of a sudden there's this bit at the end. The last half hour seemed to be just totally tacked on. That didn't need to be there at all. The whole if you were going to do this as a feminist thing, and a woman could be as good a soldier as a man, and that was all done very well. And then there's this final tacked on ending where they are in peril. It's like, okay, now she got back into her group, and now we gotta see her fight and be in peril, and with the Libyan beach, and saving Viggo Mortenstern, right? Wow, that stuff was really poor. And to make, for Ridley Scott, to make it exciting, to use like a zoom effect to go woo 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 woo. There's like shooting scenes, and the camera's like zooming in and zooming out. It's like woo 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 woo. What is that? What kind of filmmaking is that? Wow, big disappointment at the end. Big disappointment. You know, if I'm ever gonna watch this again, I'll turn it off at which isn't even a good comeback to Anne Bancroft's character, when her and Demi Moore has that little meeting in the office, and then she stops her before she gets into the courtroom in front of the press. And it just like snaps, and it's like, okay, now we're in another movie. Now we're going to see the action scene. Now we're going to see Demi Moore in action with her comrades, and I don't need to see that. That was really bad. Up until that point, I enjoyed this film. I really did. All the characters, all the military, the new military people trying to be Navy SEALs, and their conflict with a woman and her conflict with them worked fine for me, I thought. But boy, this ending, yeah, sorry. Wow, this is my first. Is this a Thursday throwback? Yeah, it's a Thursday throwback. That I was just like, this ending really sucked. And for it being a Ridley Scott film, some weird noises in the bedroom. Haunted ghosts are bouncing around on my bed. I was, wow. But performance-wise, yeah. And this final shot with Vigo walking out with his crutch because his leg is fucked up, and her going to her locker and opening this poem book, circled a poem that he mentioned to her in the past, and then have the medal there, and then looking at him. It was so cliched, so just like, oh, jeez. Oh my God. All right. So anyway, cut this short. L. Roger D, Channel Donstar, watching Thursday Throwback Theatre. I decided to watch G.I. Jane, and I had a good time up to a point. And now the ending just kind of ruined it. And it's like a firework that you light it and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And it starts out going, and then at the end it's like, that's what this movie was. So, oh, Roger D, check into the next movie. Watch my other videos. Like, subscribe, dislike, share. Yeah. Pretty disappointed with the very ending of this. All right. Bye, everybody.